So, picture this. You've been learning English for years. You know the grammar, your vocabulary is solid. But the moment you open your mouth to speak, the person you're talking to tilts their head and says, "Sorry, can you repeat that?"
Oh no, the secondhand embarrassment from that interaction is just palpable.
Right? And immediately your brain goes, it's my accent. My accent is the problem. But here's the thing. For most English learners, the accent isn't actually what's blocking you.
It really isn't, and we're gonna prove it. Welcome to the Westbrook English channel. We are so glad you are here with us. Today, we're breaking down 7 sneaky speaking habits that hold learners back way more than any accent ever does.
Before we jump into the 7, let's get one thing straight. Having an accent is not a flaw.
Exactly. Every single English speaker on the planet has an accent, including native speakers. Someone from Texas, someone from London, someone from Sydney, they all sound completely different from each other. Nobody tells a Scottish person their accent is wrong.
That is such a good point. The goal isn't to erase your accent. The goal is to be clearly understood. And clarity comes from habits, not from sounding like you grew up in California.
Which brings us to habit number 1.
Habit 1. Speaking at one flat robotic speed, with no variation.
Oh, this is huge. Think of English like music. It has a natural rhythm. Some words stretch out, some get shortened, some get stressed, some almost disappear.
But a lot of learners, especially when they're nervous, they lock into one speed, usually fast, and just blast through every word equally. It's like playing every note on a piano at the exact same volume and tempo.
That is a perfect analogy. The fix? Slow down on the important words. Speed up on the connecting words. Listen for the natural rise and fall. It's not about pronunciation. It's about musicality.
Habit 2. Translating directly from your native language, word for word, inside your head before you speak.
We see this all the time, and we get it. It feels safe. But the problem is, no two languages map onto each other perfectly. The sentence structure, the word order, the idioms, they're all different.
Let's actually role-play this for the listeners. In some languages, you might say, "I have cold" instead of "I'm cold," or "I have 25 years" instead of "I'm 25 years old." When you translate literally, you end up with sentences that sound off. Not wrong because of your accent, wrong because of the structure.
The shift here is to start thinking in English chunks and phrases, not individual translated words. It takes practice, but it's one of the highest impact changes you can make.
Habit 3, and this one is so common it hurts, dropping or swallowing the ends of words.
In Hin, especially add D sounds and T sounds. So I walk to the store becomes I walk to the store. Completely different meaning, completely different time frame, and the listener is confused.
And the speaker doesn't even realize they're doing it, because in their head, they said the full word. The mouth just didn't finish the job.
This isn't an accent problem. This is a clarity habit. The fix is surprisingly simple. Slow down for the final sound of each word. Overpronounce it just slightly when you practice. Your brain will build the muscle memory.
Habit 4. Staying silent because you're afraid of making mistakes.
This one makes me genuinely sad because it's the habit that hurts learners the most. You can study grammar for 10 years, but if you never open your mouth, you never improve your speaking.
It's like wanting to learn to swim by reading books about swimming, but never getting in the water.
Yes! And here's what most learners don't realize. Native speakers do not care about your grammar mistakes nearly as much as you think they do. They care about understanding you. And 90% of the time, they will understand you just fine, even with imperfect grammar.
The habit to build: speak first, correct later, record yourself, talk to yourself in the mirror, join a conversation group, just get the words out. Habit 5, and we've talked about this on the channel before, relying solely on textbook English.
Textbooks are fantastic for building a foundation, obviously, but relying solely on textbook English can actually trap you. Real spoken English is full of contractions, reductions, idioms, and informal expressions that textbooks rarely cover.
I am going to go to the store versus I'm gonna go to the store. Both correct, but one sounds like a human and one sounds like a robot reading a manual.
It's like speaking pure textbook English is like driving a car with no shock absorbers. Technically functional, but every bump in the conversation throws you off.
Our deep dive mission here: expose yourself to real spoken English. Podcasts, TV shows, YouTube videos, conversations with real people. That's your textbook for natural speech. Habit 6. Treating silence like it's the enemy.
Oh, I love this one. Learners often feel this pressure to fill every single second with words. If there's a pause, they panic and start throwing in, or they just keep talking faster.
But native speakers pause all the time. Pausing gives your listener time to process. It gives you time to think. It actually makes you sound more confident, not less.
Think of pauses as linguistic shock absorbers. They smooth out the conversation. A well-placed pause is more powerful than 5 extra filler words.
So the habit shift here. Embrace the micropause. Take a breath between ideas. You'll sound calmer, clearer, and more in control instantly. And finally, habit 7, the one that underpins all the others, inconsistent practice.
This is the truth bomb, right? A lot of learners cram English practice into one long session on the weekend, then go silent for 5 days. But language learning doesn't work that way.
It's like going to the gym once a week for 4 hours and wondering why you're not seeing results. 15 minutes a day beats 2 hours once a week, every single time.
Your brain needs consistent daily exposure to rewire itself. Even just 10 minutes of speaking out loud every morning builds more progress than a marathon session once a week.
And listen, we are so proud of you for showing up today, pushing through the challenges of learning a new language and practicing your English with us.
So to recap, the 7 habits that matter way more than your accent. 1. Flat speed, vary your rhythm. 2. Translating word for word, think in chunks. 3. Swallowing word endings, finish your sounds. 4. Staying silent. Speak anyway. Perspective, finding science. Science, finding and making sounds. 4. Staying silent. Speak anyway. 5. Textbook-only English, get real input. 6. Fearing pauses, use them. 7. Inconsistent practice, show up daily.
Pick just one of these to work on this week. Don't try to fix all 7 at once. One habit, 1 week, that's how real change happens.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If this episode helped you, please don't forget to subscribe to the Westbrook English channel. It really helps us reach more learners just like you.
And drop a comment below. Which of these 7 habits do you think you struggle with the most? We read every single one.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive. Keep exploring.